Hello friends, today we will do an exercise on the forms. Already we have introduced the tense to you, and then you know the forms, you know the distribution, you know the negative. Now you see on the board you will find 15 sentences. This is our way of doing it now, sets of 15. Alright, so what I have you to do is you have to rewrite these sentences in the past perfect continuous tense. Let's begin the first one. They were playing cards. That is the past continuous. So you have to change it like this. They had been playing cards. Alright, is that clear? They had been playing cards. So when you convert this into past perfect, that will be they had been playing cards. The second one, he is writing a novel. That is present continuous. So you have to say he had been writing a novel. He had been writing a novel. So sometimes you will think, no, why this is simple? Yes, it's very simple because we start with the simple and then you go forward to complicated things. Understand? Yes. Then he works very hard. Simple present. He had been working very hard. He had been working very hard. Fourth sentence, they have enjoyed telling stories. That is present perfect. So they had been enjoying, telling stories. This telling is not a participle. Telling stories, eating food, that is gerund. So they had been enjoying telling stories. Telling stories is noun then. Understand? Yes. So they fought for their rights. For past tense, simple past, they had been fighting for their rights. They had been fighting for their rights. Sixth one, he shows interest in reading. We should all show interest in reading. So he had been showing interest in reading. Seven, it rains. Simple present. So it should be it had been raining. It had been raining. And the eighth one is the sun shines. The sun had been shining. The sun had been shining. Ninth one, I did my job. That is past tense. So I had been doing my job. Sentence. Several people suffered. Several people, past tense, several people had been. Several people had been suffering. Several people had been suffering. Next, very few shouted. Past tense, that is, very few had been shouting. Very few had been shouting. Then, 12th, they were leading a happy life, past continuous. So they had been leading a happy life. They had been leading a happy life. And that day she goes to school. She had been going to school. She had been going to school. My father lived here. My father had been living here. My father had been living here. My father had been living here. And the last, Who teaches you English? Who had been teaching you English? Who had been teaching you English? So I think now it is very clear, the form is very clear. You have got different tenses, and all these tenses you try to convert into just one tense. That is our focus today. That is the present perfect continuous tense. It's clear? So what you should do is, as I told you, generate different sentences and try this. Okay, fine. See you again.